Hey guys, SerpentX here. Gonna make a quick update here. Consensus 2018 is taking off in New York. It's a gathering of, not lack of a better term, crypto nerds. Well, no, devs, cryptologists. People excited about the crypto market as well as blockchain. Blockchain. We can't forget that blockchain is the foundation of cryptocurrency, and that technology by itself is what's going to take not only the currency world, but the technology world, and probably with blockchain growing, expand various different markets, not just cryptocurrency. Everybody's worried about the money aspect, but blockchain is really what's going to take it to the next level. Anyways, that's not the whole point of this video. The Consensus 2018 is kicking off, and I noticed something, and I may have screwed myself on this. So recently, we heard about Zcash wanting to, saying that they were going to fork the currency in March. And then the ASICs happen, and Bitmain, whether or not they already been mining. Obviously, they're mining because in order to sell your products, you have to test your products, and the only way to test the product is to actually mine on the Equihash algorithm and make sure that everything is up and running before you start to fill orders. The orders are going to come out in June, from my understanding. But from my understanding as well, a lot of the devs are working to have the Equihash coins fork at that time. So we're going to be seeing the new ASICs come out and the coins or currencies forking at the same time for the Equihash algorithm. The Consensus 2018 doesn't have a big role in this, or I don't have any evidence of it, but last year it was only 2,700 people. This year it's over 8,000. And of course those guys with money and everything are getting together and talking and seeing what's going on. And today Zcash freaking went up like a mofo. And just to show you something here, if I could find it. So everybody's red but Zcash. Zcash, not even 20 minutes ago, no, excuse me, at 7 p.m. today was around 9 to 10% in a 24-hour change. Now it's at 13. It's bouncing between 13 and 14, 12. So investors are jumping on Zcash because the fork is imminent. The reason I sold my currency is because the CEO and the uncertainty of whether or not we were forking or not. Now I say we because as a community there was mixture of whether or not we were forking. A lot of people, I agree in certain aspects on both sides. A lot of people say forking just because they got ASICs is not really worth it. But forking because we need to do, we need to improve the network, we need to improve the performance, the transaction rate, all of that I agree with. Those forking for those reasons alone are what you do a fork for. But forking just because ASICs are coming out and all that good stuff, I agree, only because the whole marketing of these coins and this algorithm was that it was ASIC resistant. Obviously Bitmain, they got work to do. They find coins that are ASIC resistant. They find a way to mine those coins, and then they sell those ASICs for X amount of dollars, and they can make a pretty decent income. So it's the world we live in. For every door that has a lock, there's a way to crack it. For every privacy fix, there's a way to hack it. So this is going to continue, and coins are going to continue to fork and continue to grow, and networks are going to grow. But I screwed myself because I listened to the community, and I understood that, hey, if the CEO is saying, I never intended to give this perception that we were going to fork because of ASICs, I just sold. I just sold my Zcash, and I got into another coin or another currency, and now this currency is skyrocketing. But this currency is skyrocketing now before the fork, and it's not a hard fork. It's not a hard fork. It's a fork to improve the coin itself. All right. So it's called Overwinter, and I'll see if I can summarize it and paraphrase if I can. The purpose of this is to get a practice doing network upgrades, explained the CEO of Zero Coin. Da, 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 da. So if I say hard fork, immediately people ask me what is the name of the new coin. Exactly what investors are thinking. Oh, they're gonna fork. Oh, I buy a whole bunch of this currency. When they fork, I'll get X of Zcash and X of the new coin. Um, and they're thinking airdrop and all this other good stuff. Well, the CEO is referring to the fact that many people have different views on hard forks, which is true. Bitcoin Cash was a hard fork of the Bitcoin because the developers couldn't agree on the scaling solution. This Overwinter is more or less not a hard fork, but a fork to improve the network, hopefully to make it ASIC resistance or to not allow the Bitmain's ASICs to mine on it, to improve what is a very good part, the transaction problems that we've been having right here, transaction expiry, which will allow transactions to expire after 1 hour. What the reason that happens is some transactions can get stuck because the user aren't willing to pay the high enough fees, while miners aren't willing to process the transaction at a lower fee. So miners won't mine on it because they're not going to get a good payout, and people won't pay the transaction fee because it's too high. So then you have this dead, jammed up transaction that isn't going anywhere, clogging up the network, and there's a lot of those. And so they got this 1 hour timer now that's going to get rid of that. That's one of the main features that I personally like of Everwinter and this whole entire fork. But because I sold my Zcash, I'm now starting over from scratch. I'm mining it again, but I'm not mining it with the mindset that, oh, hey, I'm going to get an extra coin when it forks. No, I'm mining it because I like the features that they're going to implement, not only in the network, but the transactions, and that's pretty much it. The network and the transactions is really the main reason why I'm going to start getting into it. But I'm so pissed that I sold and then it went back up. Now here's one of the reasons why a fork is bad. Z Classic was a perfect example. Investors knew they were going to fork, but they knew they were going to get a coin. We knew that we were going to get 2 to 1 or whatever the ratio was at that time for Bitcoin private per Z Classic, or if you had Bitcoin per Z Classic, all that good crap. Well, they got on the boat, they ramped it up, and then they dumped as soon as the coin forked, and they got, the snapshot was done, they sold, and that sucker dropped. Now you're not going to get a coin. As of my understanding and my research, you're not going to get a coin for Zcash or for holding Zcash. But the improvements and the performance alone may make this coin way more profitable again. Again, all the other coins are in the red, but Zcash. See here again in this conversation, it dropped down to 12%. So it's bouncing around in between there, but it's the only guy in green because investors are jumping on board. So it's profitable to mine. If you're using auto switching, mine Zcash, auto exchange it to whatever currency you want. If you're a Zcash holder, maybe you want to hang on to it and see what the market does, because June is when things are going to go around. We're either going to find out if all the Equihash algorithms or currencies switch or fork to prevent ASICs, if your ASIC is going to be a paperweight, and if the forks are actually going to produce fruitful results. So all of this is in the running right now, and I would challenge you to definitely, as I always say, do your research before you dive into anything crazy. The consensus isn't over yet. It ends tomorrow. I don't see, every year when the consensus happened, the prices of currency has gone up, but I don't see how this is going to impact us in a big way. But definitely keep an eye on your on Zcash, and if you're holding Zcash, you might want to hold some more. It may continue to pick up. It may dump. I'm not a financial guy. I just mind the damn thing. So good luck to you. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And I'm gonna go kick myself in the ass because I sold all my Zcash.